Good morning. Welcome back to another edition of Gary's Movie Emporium. Today is volume 15 of my Dollar Tree find or hunt, however you want to say. It's a lot of movies all together anyway. It's somewhere over 200. The last time I brought up the computer calculator, I times it by the number of volumes I've done. It's well over 200. And I still have at least probably two or three more videos I could do, plus a trade that I have with my Dollar Tree DVD, Larry and Melissa. Let's get started on what I got for today, for the 21st of December. 4 days removed from Christmas. First up here, a special edition of the Swan Princess, The Mystery of the Enchanted Treasure. First he was her prince, now he's her hero. It's rated G. 1998 on this one. This is the third part in the Swan Princess series, in case you were wondering. It has some special features, a read-along, 2 to tango, and bonus trailers. 73 minutes on this one. 1 by 33 by 1. I'm assuming it might possibly have the black bars on both sides. Languages, English, French, and Spanish, and it's Dolby Surround. So, really good sound for this movie. These tend to be sort of musical at times, so be perfect. You might even want to start watching these during the holidays, or they're not really in the holiday vein, but they'd be perfect because of the enchantment of it, and very much like Frozen without the snow kind of thing. I really like this series. It says the Swan Princess will once again capture your heart. The first one's a classic, but these sequels are very fun and pleasurable to watch as well. And I think they did really good with this series. There's the back. Really happy I got that. And then next up, I got a movie starring Keenan and Kel, Nickelodeon produced, called Good Burger. A very funny movie. Says 60-second preview. I gave it 4 stars. Well, it's rated PG. From 1997, 95 minutes. Good Burger rocks with good fun and rolls with lots of laughs, says Kids News Network. It's rated PG. Let's see. This particular disc was produced in 2017. The movie itself is from 1997, though. There's a rumor that there's a sequel being made to this, too, so stay tuned for that on your movie news channels. And, or not channels, but sites. And, stay informed. Look around Instagram, Facebook. Stay, active on social media to follow the progress if a sequel gets made. So I'm really happy with that they're talking about a sequel. I think it's long past due for that, but I think a sequel will be just what we need during these COVID times. And then next up, I got a movie starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson here, San Andreas. Pretty guilty pleasure movie here. I actually thought this was one of his better ones. It's PG-13, 114 minutes. From Warner Brothers, it's PG-13. Like I said, it's a dual layer format on this one. Try to see what year it is for you. It's from New Line Cinema in conjunction with Warner Brothers and Village Roadshow Pictures. It does have a Facebook.com/San Andreas movie. Special features of a commentary by director Brad Payton. As you see, action at its best is Mark S. Allen from CBS TV. I think everybody's probably seen this by now. Yeah, it's for 2015. I just found the year it came out. I knew it had been about probably at least 4 or 5 years, so I should have kind of figured it'd be somewhere around that, middle teens for the 2000s. Next up, Mission to the Moon, where no duck has gone before. Really like this cover. It has that kind of Fantastic Mr. Fox look to it in a sense. Hopefully it's in that same vein as that. It looks like it's claymation of sorts. It's a Viva Kids here, or Kids Viva, from 2018. I was able to get a year on this one at least. 81 minutes on this. Widescreen presentation. And it does have closed captioning for the hearing impaired. NTSC. Basically, this is about get ready for liftoff in this hilarious journey to outer space with help from Luca the Hedgehog, Rio Oder, the inventor, and other unlikely passengers. Lewis navigates a homemade rocket ship as he sets out to win an international race to the moon. Pretty cool looking little title in there. Never had heard of this until this particular phase of the, or at least, last couple phases or whatever. I never had heard of this before this, so, but we picked it up. Then next up, Will Forte and Leah Thompson, Lewis and the Aliens, Extraterrestrial Extra Trouble. Very much like the movie Home by the looks, except this time it has, well, it doesn't but it has two kids versus Home having the one girl. Animation looks very much like the Lorax here a little bit with the kids on the front. Doubt it's in that same vein as that, but it's from Kids Viva, PG. 82 minutes on this one, widescreen presentation, and HDH English. Special features are making of Lewis and Louis. I'm not sure what it is, but the Aliens Preacherette Say Hey music video by Paul Coninger. With his father obsessed with finding proof of extraterrestrial life, 12-year-old Louis does his best to take care of the house and lead a normal life. Unfortunately, the neglect from his father drags Louis's life down, and he's at risk of being taken away and sent off to a boarding school when a group of 3 awkward aliens are drawn to Earth after watching too much of the Home Shopping Network. They inevitably run into Lewis. Feeling like he finally found a true family, Lewis dedicates himself to helping them find their way home so he also can escape his own fate in the wild and wacky out-of-this-world adventure. Yeah, it sounds very much like it's going for that plot like Home, with the alien trying to get back home too. And in this case, there's 3 aliens and 2 kids versus 1 alien, 1 girl, But very much like that. I think that's what they're going for. That's the vibe I get from it, at least. And I think this movie hit disc physically in 2018. And then I got a 2-disc special edition DC Universe animated original movie, The Green Lantern First Flight, from Warner Premiere. Yeah, I'm gonna open that. I'll show you what the disc looked like. These 2 discers, you can't beat them, especially for the DC, because it's like generally you don't get them with 2 disc usually. You do, but not as often as you'd like. I'm gonna take that off. But it's First Flight from from DC for Green Lantern. It's a dual layer format. Color 77 minutes. PG-13. Trying to see if there's a year on this one. Don't see one. Yeah. Sometimes it's hard to find on some of these lists. It does have a lot of special features. Disc 1 has exclusive sneak peek at DC's upcoming Superman, Batman, Public Enemies, behind the scenes of Blackest Night, explore 3 other DC universe animated movies. Disc 2, behind the story with Geoff Johns, Duck Dodgers series episode, The Green Lantern and Green Lantern Corps character profiles, and Bruce Timm presents 2 bonus cartoons. So you get a lot of stuff on here. And there's the inside. There's door number 1, and there's number 2. Really nice, fine looking Green Lantern art there. Really like that one. That one's fancy. Not that there's anything wrong with that one, but I do prefer this one. Really cool. Like that. But that's Green Lantern First Flight. And next up, got a movie here. John Stamos, Sean Astin, Jerry Garcia. I think I've showed this before in a video, so this would probably make it an extra. I'm assuming, if I remember correctly. Too Chicken to Fly. Bluey. Viva Kids here. PG. Says on the back 2018, but I'm not sure if that's its actual date. Widescreen presentation, 83 minutes. Interviews with cast, Wildfire, music video by Greta Salome, featuring Tiny. Yeah, I've read what this is about, so I'm not really gonna get too wrapped up in reading it, but pretty much know what you get. It's one of them kids animated movies with a bird, you know. It's probably the same plot that all these other animal movies are ever about, you know. Danger and coming to the rescue, that kind of stuff. But it's Bluey. Like the cover of that one. Looks very mainstream release to me, based on what I'm seeing. And I'm going to show these in particular order here. First up, I got superheroes come in all sizes. Ant-Boy. These are pretty well done considering the budget constraints I have. Basically, this is about a 12-year-old, I guess it's Pelly, played by Oscar Dietz. He's transformed into an extraordinary superhero after he is bitten by a super ant and inherits his abilities. Overnight, the boy who nobody noticed becomes a local hero and is dubbed Ant-Boy. So, pretty much go from there. It's PG, 77 minutes. It's Dove approved, which is a good sign that it's alright. 5.1. A widescreen version presented to preserve the aspect ratio on its original theatrical exhibition, enhanced for widescreen TVs. So, there's Ant-Boy 1. I don't know if I told you the year on this one. 2013, if I didn't say. There's the back of Ant-Boy. Next up, Ant-Boy 2, Revenge of the Red Fury. This too is Dove family approved for all ages. This is part 2. PG and 90 minutes on this one. It's a Viva Pictures release. Based on the hit books by Kenneth Bog Anderson, Ant-Boy returns in this explosive sequel to the original crime-fighting blockbuster, picking up where he left off. Ant-Boy finds his world thrust back into danger when a new band of supervillains arise. The Terror Twins, created by the Flea and fueled by his sinister DNA, altering serum, wreak havoc on the city, all while Red Fury, a friend turned dangerous foe, attacks Ant-Boy and those closest to him in an attempt at revenge. So, this is part 2. Happy to have the 2, thus far here, and I'm about to show the third one. This has widescreen presentation and PG on this one as well, so there's nothing going to be too violent in any of these. And then it has Amploid, the final chapter. Something tells me this probably won't be the final movie in this series, but they say final chapter. This is a Viva Pictures release as well. 85 minutes. 2016. I'm not sure what year the second one was out. I don't think it says the second one was out. You might have to look that up online, or I can put it in the comment section what year the second one was. The second one was. The plot of this one is Pele is enjoying life with his girlfriend Ida when a new superhero appears, and the problems start piling up. Gamokra is released from Dragonsborg and rehired by the new CEO of Exo Farm, Alicia Dufort. The summer takes an unexpected turn, and Pele faces his biggest final battle as Ant-Boy. So, I take it this is the villain in the back right there. But I honestly think the series is done after those three. Next up here, got a DVD plus digital copy, I guess. I don't know if it's a copy or code. I think it's digital code, maybe. Denzel Washington from the director of Nightcrawler. Roman J. Israel comma, I don't know what the ESQ stands for. Riveting, stunning, and compelling. Stars Denzel Washington from the director of Nightcrawler, if I didn't say that. It's PG-13. It's from Sony Pictures. Digital movie included. Can't remember. Somebody watches my channel that's always asking about digital codes. If you watch my video and you want this code to see if it works, just hit me up in the comments below, and I'll open this plastic up and I'll take it out, because I don't do nothing with digital codes. So just let me know or hit me up on Instagram. Special features: Denzel Washington becoming Roman, making of Roman J. Israel, Colin Farrell discovering George, and 8 deleted scenes. Golden Globe nominee, Best Actor for a Drama, Denzel Washington. I guess he must have been Golden Globe nominated for this. As a dramatic thriller. Seems funny seeing Denzel Washington having thick hair here like that. Kind of funny and kind of interesting at the same time. Overburdened Los Angeles criminal court system. Denzel Washington stars as a driven, idealistic defense attorney whose life is suddenly disrupted when he is recruited to join a firm led by an ambitious lawyer, played by Colin Farrell, and begins a friendship with a young champion for equal rights. A turbulent series of events ensues, which will put the activism that has defined Roman's career to the test. So, there's Roman J. Israel. Here's the back. That was PG-13, if I didn't say, and 122 minutes on that one. Quite a long drama from 2017. So, wasn't that long ago. Must have been one of the ones that went under the radar with Denzel Washington, because I've heard very little of it. And then I got Ouija Summoning. It's not just a game here. I think I already got this one as well. It's from 2015. Tends to happen a lot of these waves that you go to because you're not sure if you grabbed it. And sometimes my wife's grabbing stuff and she's putting it in the cart. And she'll ask me, but I'm in the middle of looking. And I'm like, I'm just trying to look, you know. It's just hard to concentrate on looking when she's asking you if you got this. So sometimes your thinking process isn't, you know, all with you when you're looking at movies. And uh, it's a widescreen horror film here, 90 minutes long. Sarah had a perfect life until an evil spirit was summoned from a Ouija board. The spirit had once killed its own son. It cannot put the past behind. Sarah is tormented by the spirit that will stop at nothing until it destroys Sarah and everyone else in her life. And that's Ouija summoning. I think there's like 4 Ouija films at least. And then another animated title here starring Jason Jones, Will Forte, John Leguizamo, Samantha Bee, Victoria Justice, and John Cleese. From the producer of Shrek, Acorn's Operation Crackdown. The team is in place to crack the case. This is a Dove approved one here. Viva Pictures again, PG, rated PG. Special features include interviews with cast and crew. It's about a smooth talking squirrel finds out that acorns are being stolen by the evil Acorns Corporation. Now he must assemble a ragtag team of forest animals with only 3 days left to pull off their biggest heist. So it's very much like the Nut Job in a sense here. Told in a slightly different plot, 80 minutes. PG on this one, and it's for 2015. Sorry about all the animation. I think these are really cool, but you know they're subjective too. Because I know I got a lot of people that are older audience, and you know these probably aren't up their alley, you know, or whatever. But I thought it was interesting. Bit of a spy, kind of like a spyish kind of espionage kind of little animated movie here. So pretty harmless. And then next up, another animated kids film here. Well, it could be for kids at heart too, I suppose. It'd be perfect for this time of year, Christmas and stuff. But 3 Little Pigs and Magic Lamp, Wolves Beware. I think I had to open this because it was running free. It's widescreen presentation from 2015. Another Viva Pictures. Basically, it's about these 3 little pigs named Melanie, Danny, and Bobby. And they go longing for an adventure, and one day they find treasure maps which could lead them to the mysterious magic lamp, unlocking the mystery and secrets of the forest. So, go from there, fill in the blanks. Gonna be 3 little pigs here, running amok in on the world, I guess I should say, or into the forest. So, 80 minutes if I didn't say. And there's the back. Pretty interesting little title there. And there's one more look at the front. And I'll open it to show you the... And it did come complete with this little cardboard slip here. More kids flicks. Download the app today. That's something you're interested in. I have no idea. Has such titles as Monkey King, Hero is Back, Ant Boy, Help, I've Shrunk the Family, Gummy Bears and Friends Season 1, and Ozzy. A lot of these that they're showing down here at the bottom where my thumb's in the way. These are all gettable at the Dollar Tree, more or less. They have Apple TV, Roku, Android, Zumo, Redbox, and Tubi. Tubi's a really good one too. I have used Redbox in the past, but I'm trying to flip or turn this disc so you can get a good look at what to expect if you pick this up. 3 little pigs right there. Wolves Beware, it says on the disc as well. Very much like the cover. And that's 3 Little Pigs and the Magic Lamp. 3 more here, guys. Next up, I got serious title here now. A BBC Outlaws, Highwaymen and Rogues, Britain's Anti-Heroes. 118 minutes, just shy of 2 hours on this one. From 2016 or slash 2015, depending. I guess the design was 2015, and this was released in 2016. I'm not sure. This is BBC Worldwide. Yeah, I'm seeing 2016. But it does say down here it was copyrighted in 1996, so I don't know if it took that long to get to DVD. Feared by the rich, admired by the poor. Before Billy the Kid and Jesse James, the golden age of the outlaw blossomed in Great Britain, where real-life Robin Hoods prowled the open roads and urban alleyways of the 17th and 18th centuries. Few figures in British history have captured the popular imagination as much as the outlaw. Their brazen escapades and flamboyance made them the anti-hero of their time. In this two-part series, Outlaws brings the great age of the British outlaw vividly to life. So this is basically British Billy the Kid, more or less. Or before, predates Billy the Kid and Jesse James, but still, it's in that vein. So, kind of like a Young Guns, more or less, movie by the sounds. And it clocks in at about 2 hours, like I said. And there's the back. Interesting. I didn't even know that's what it was about. I'm glad I did pick that up. And I like Billy the Kid. I like those kind of movies like that. And then next up, horror title here. Probably the pick of the litter for horror for me in this video. Well, outside of the next one I'm about to show, maybe. The Last House on Cemetery Lane. Eerie, unsettling, and scary. New chapter in Haunted House Stories. Dark, gruesome, and disturbingly realistic. Says horror.net. They gave it 4 stars on the cover, which I'm not sure if it's that good or not. 2.0 stereo. Not rated, and it's 85 minutes from Millennium Entertainment. Screenwriter John Davies has grown tired of living in London and moves to an old manor house in a sleepy West Wales village to get out of the rat race. At first, he enjoys himself embracing a quieter pace of life and starting a relationship with his beautiful neighbor, Cassie Conrad, or Casey, I think it's Cassie. But strange, unexplained occurrences begin to occur in the manor house. John discovers he is surrounded by a supernatural presence and begins to research the house's past, discovering secrets more terrible than he ever imagined. It is now up to John to right the injustices of the past and finally lay to rest the spirits which haunt the last house on Cemetery Lane. They're calling it The Shining meets Insidious, which I don't know about that. Those are both classics. I don't think it'd be that good, but who knows? Maybe it is. There's the back of it. 85 minutes, and it's from 2015. It says it's also from 4 Digital Media Limited as well, so hard to know what to believe, what, they're all from. And then finally, happy to get this. Think this is all. I'm not even sure if I've ever owned any Nightmare on Elm Street movies on DVD. But I was able to get the double feature from A Nightmare on Elm Street and A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2, Freddys Revenge. This will wrap up my video. But before we go, it's rated R, of course. First one's 92 minutes. Second one, Freddy's Revenge, 87 minutes. Let's see. From New Line Cinema. Feature-length commentary. This is from the first movie now. Commentary by writer-director Wes Craven. Director photography. Jump to a nightmare scene. Navigation. Original theatrical trailer. First one is in widescreen and full screen versions. Subtitle is English. They do have English. It says the trailer is not subtitled for it. Nightmare on Elm Street 2. Original theatrical trailer. Jump to a nightmare scene. Navigation. Widescreen 60:9 and full screen versions are available. And The subtitles are only in English for the main feature only. So, uh, the original one's a classic, and I don't care what anybody says about the second one. I love the second one too. I know it gets a lot of kind of like disdained hate for. I don't know, some of the scenes are questionable about. I don't know, like gay tendencies in the movie, and I'm like, when I seen that, I always just thought it was kind of like a dark, like a dark high school, or like the teacher was more like a pervert or whatever. I didn't look at it like that, and I wish people wouldn't, you know, look at it that way, because Freddys Revenge is a really good sequel. I really like the pool scene. I just like the whole movie as a whole, and I like the vibe of it throughout. I just thought it was well done, especially not knowing nothing about the actor that played in part two all that much. I thought he did a really good job. Uh, Basically, takes place 5 years later when Freddy's resurrected to wreak bloody murder upon the entire town in Nightmare 2. But I had to open this one because I thought it was running free. A little disappointed with the cover, the art on it here, because it's like clear, but I love the writing on the disc though. It most definitely feels like a Nightmare on Elm Street with the way the writing is done. I really used to like the writing on the posters for Nightmare on Elm Street. But I'm more of a Friday the 13th fan, but I'm happy to have this in the collection. Hopefully, there'll be more parts in the future this way. Even if I don't have them on Blu ray, at least it'll be DVD. And I always like when they double feature them like that, so you don't have to hunt up all the movies. But that wraps up my video for this morning. And I'd like to throw a shout out to a Wild Eye title that I watched last night called Cold Ground. The Lucky Ones Freeze to Death. It's a found footage film here. Really love this film. It was intense. It reminded me very much of The Descent. Like I said, it's for Wild Eye title here from 2017. It's a found footage that takes place up in the mountains of the French Swiss Alps, and cattle mutilations are going on in the process. And as long as you don't see what's going on in the background, there be better for you, better served. Well, let's put it this way: there's creatures running loose, killing these cattle. But this is really an intense film. It's a slow burner for sure, but once it gets going, I've been in caverns very much like in this movie, and those were creepy. I can imagine what it would be like if the real life monsters were in there. I mean, that could be really intense. But I really love this movie. I'm gonna be doing a review in the future on this one. I just don't know when, but I'll talk more about it in another video. But that wraps up my DVD haul for Dollar Tree. And this is, like I said, this is volume 15 I'm showing this morning, and that puts it somewhere in the middle 200s of the movies I've gotten so far. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Ding that bell for notifications when I drop a new video, because I know that's common for me to do. I subscribe to somebody and I don't ding the bell, and then I'm like left out. I have to search. But you can also hit me up on Instagram. It's not too hard to find me. I'm posting a lot on there. I don't do Twitter. I'm not really big on that. But you can find me on Facebook as well. And hope everybody has a good day. And I'll see you in the next video, guys. See you later. Bye.